Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Fenya and I'm your personal esthetician. I'm here to talk to you guys about skin and all about skin. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that notification button and let's get started. Okay guys, so in this video, I want to talk to you guys about dry skin or normal to dry skin. So how do you know what skin type you have? Now, if you have your T-zone normal to a little bit on the dry side, you would be considered dry skin. Now, if you have more oil production here and more on the dry side, you would be normal to dry or combination to dry. So if you have a lot of oil production in the center of your face that seeps towards more your upper cheek area, you would be considered more on the oily side. So if your T-zone is a little bit on the dry side and then it becomes more dry, I would say you are on the dry side. So this video is for you guys, all the dry skin or normal to dry skin types. So let's talk about your routine. So a lot of times people use the wrong cleansers, and that is, to me, one of the biggest issues. Your cleanser has to be on point. Your cleanser is key. This is something you do daily, morning and nighttime. So you really want to make sure your cleanser is the right type of cleanser for your skin. So if you have it incorrect or you are seeing your skin feeling super dry or tight after cleansing, then chances are it's not the right cleanser for you. The way you should check for your cleanser is make sure, now every cleanser has some sort of acid to break down the dead skin, but we want it as minimum as possible for dry skin types, because the more you use stronger acids, the more you will strip the skin and irritate the skin and dry the skin. So you want to have in your cleanser, citrus acid is fine or mandelic acid is fine, but very little amount. Now, how do you know you have little amount? You go through the list of the ingredients and you check to make sure it's at the bottom of the list versus at the way top, because if it's at the top, that means there's a ton of it. So that's first thing first. Secondly, let's make sure you're not using too many acids in your routine for a dry skin type. Now, if you're dry and if you have acne, I understand that you're trying to dry out the acne, but that's like a whole different ballgame. We're going to just generalize it and say you have no acne, you're just severely dry. So after the cleanser, you want to make sure you're not using a toner. A lot of dry skin types use a toner for some reason, and I know it's because society says so or just people recommend it. No, you don't need a toner. Not every skin type needs a toner. If I were you, yes, if I were you, I would use an essence or a mist, a hydrating mist. Those are really important for your skin type because you're lacking in moisture. So you want to put moisture back in. After you use an essence or a mist, you can start using a hydrating serum. So make sure your serums are soothing, calming, no acids in there. The only acid that is okay, which is really not an acid, is the hyaluronic acid. That is what holds 1,000 times its weight of water. That is what my copper peptide is. My copper peptide has about 75% hyaluronic acid in there. It is very rich and very potent. There are many, many hyaluronic acids out there. You really want to make sure it is just hydrating serum and not a blend of other acids in there, because that defeats the purpose, right? You want to make sure it's hydrating, not drying. So all these companies out there that will do hyaluronic acid and they'll put lactic acid in there, to me, it defeats the point. So you want to make sure you have soothing ingredients like calming serum or arnica, cucumbers, aloe, anything like that in that nature that will help soothe your dryness down versus exfoliating. Now, the first mistake dry skin does, they see the skin dry, they think they should exfoliate. No, it's absolutely wrong. You want to stay away from exfoliation. You want to stay away from acids because what you're trying to do is reopen that skin that's already flaking and trying to cause more flaking. So you will treat the problem temporarily, and then 2 days later, you're back to dry again, even more dry. So what you want to do is, my clients make fun of me. I use my hands a lot. So what I want to show you is, so if the dry skin is flaking, so this is your skin. If the skin is flaking, it's open and it keeps flaking and flaking, right? So if you were to use a hydrating serum to close the skin and lock the moisture in your skin, you will actually hold more moisture and water and it will heal the skin. But when you're using acids like lactic acid or salicylic, glycolic toners, anything that's exfoliating, you're actually opening up the skin even more. And the moisture from your skin is evaporating, which means you're getting more and more dry. You got rid of the dead skin that's flaky, but you're exposing the skin even more. So you want to really close the skin and keep the moisture locked in there. So try to really put more moisture back in your skin and you will see the flakiness kind of disappear. So after you use your serums, your hydrating serums, you want to use more of an oil base in your routine as well. Now, if you have acne, that does depend on your skin type and the condition and what's going on with the skin. But again, we're targeting right now just dry skin. So if I were you, incorporate more oils into your skin and more heavier creams. Now, after you apply your moisturizer, obviously in the morning time, if you are out and about, you definitely want to use your sunscreen. At nighttime, you can do the same thing. Now you can tweak your serums. If you feel like you want to incorporate a little bit more of an exfoliation, keep it to a minimum. Use maybe 2 times a week of an acid instead of every single day. I personally would suggest use more stem cells, use your more hydrations, more of the copper peptides or ultimate growth factors to repair the skin. And then once your skin is repaired, you can actually apply the acids at some point. So give your skin time to get back to a normal state, then apply acids if you need to, and dedicate days like Mondays and Thursdays are your exfoliating days, whether it's an acid or a beaded scrub. I would also encourage you guys to use a mask, hydrating mask, not a clay mask, not an exfoliating mask or, kojic acid masks, nothing that will exfoliate the skin. Again, you want to put moisture back in. So really good ingredients are urea, squalane, you have hyaluronic acids again, stem cells, protein. There's so many other options than just exfoliating. A lot of times people will get a mask and most of the time it is exfoliating. So be really careful, look at the ingredients and see what skin type it's for before you apply it to your skin. Now I get another common question. Can dry skin use beaded exfoliant? Absolutely. But you have to be super careful. You're not supposed to push or rub really hard. And make sure your beads are perfect, circular, like a jojoba bead. You don't want to use anything that is a shard or a seed of something, like an apricot seed or a walnut seed. Those can really tear your skin apart. And chances are, what we tend to do is we rub really, really hard because we want to get rid of that, dead skin. But you just need to glide the product. You don't need to push or rub really hard to get rid of skin or dead skin. It will do the job for you. So just guide the product instead of rubbing really hard. And also use a gentle beaded scrub. For some reason, scrubs have such a bad reputation. And I personally love a scrub. I think you just have to find the right type of scrub and be gentle with the scrub, because most of the time we tend to get those fine beaded scrubs or like St. Ives or apricot scrubs or walnut scrubs. Those are all really, really bad. You really want to make sure the beaded scrubs are perfect circular and there's no pointy edges, because that can cause micro tears in your skin. That can cause irritation in your skin. And what we tend to do is we tend to push really hard and we want to scrub really hard because we think the harder we go, the deeper it goes. That's not the case. You really want to just glide the scrub against your skin and guide the product and let the product do the job for you. So I I don't mind acids. I just feel like it's not for every skin type, especially for dry skin type. So all you dry folks out there, be really careful, get something more gentle, exfoliant, and try to stay away from more acids because that's not going to help you. That's going to be very temporary fix and you want more of a permanent fix. So hopefully this video was helpful. Let me know on the comment down below. If you guys have any questions, I would be happy to help. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.